Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. Everything happens for a reason, okay? And there's a reason that sound is happening. It's because Niall is in here playing on his tablet. And I'm going to allow it because this is a collective reading about change and adaptability. So it's important to maybe not have a super quiet space, alright? We're going to look into the Nature Speak Oracle. I've also got energy out here, clarifying situations ×2, so 2 decks on that. But what keeps coming out, and what we talked about earlier in the collective reading about the Age of Aquarius, is that being open to change is really the starting point for healing, for shadow work, for decolonizing. And I don't think it's something that we've ever... Babe... I don't think it's something that we've ever talked about in one of these, right? I have mentioned before, I think, that initially when I was introduced to the idea that change is the only constant, right? I was so uncomfortable and I wanted to reject it. And I was like, ew, what do you mean? I don't want to change. I love who I am. I'm perfect the way I am. Holy ego, right? That's ego. And that was about 10 years ago that I was introduced to that idea. And once I was, and I kind of got over the initial, like, I don't like that. And kind of started to unpack why I didn't like that. And again, ego was a big part of that. We just went swimming and I just took a shower and put coconut oil on my eyes, and so I'm kind of blurry. But anyway, once I got to a point of understanding what that meant, especially in relation to nature, which is why we're going to start with the Nature Speak, because nature is always changing, right? Seasonally, all the time. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't predictable things about change, right? And I think that's why a lot of people are uncomfortable with the idea, is because they crave to be comfortable, right? Why did that sound weird? That's distracting me. We're gonna try and push through. All right, ocean, life, death, and rebirth. Yeah, this is gonna require the ability to adapt and change, okay? Think about the ocean. Think about the expansive universe of the ocean. Think about how much it changes just within the waves, right? Just at the shore, low tide, high tide, right? Think about the way that the moon cycles impact the waves, impact, when we start to reconnect to nature specifically, within reconnecting to ourselves, it's a lot easier to understand that we are a part of nature and that we are constantly changing, right? Capitalism wants you to plateau. They want you to get to this point of, I have this much money, I have these many things, I have this purse and this makeup palette, I don't fucking know. But what they don't want you to do is stand fully in your power and be open to change, because once you do that, you're going to be bored with the systems that they've put in place. You're not going to want to participate. And that's one of the steps to collective liberation, is no longer participating in these systems that are detrimental to not only us, our ability to grow, but also to nature, right? To the planet. Maple, relationship balance. We're not bringing love into this reading, so we're going to say relationship to self. We can say just relationship to self. How do you feel about yourself? What do you want to change about yourself? But instead of really being able to do it, you kind of wear it around like a badge of shame, right? A lot of people in this society do that. I don't like this about me. I know it's true about me. I don't like it, but it is who I am, right? I refuse to let this go. They embody it into who they are. But that's not true. Once you're aware of something that you don't like about yourself, just stop doing it. Not that hard. Protection. Know that you are protected in this process, because it is daunting, right? But change is so fucking important. The systems need to change. And I think once you start to realize that you yourself can change and need to change, and there are things about you that you can actually change relatively easy, right? Then you're going to be able to take that mindset and that lens and put it on any issue or problem that arises, right? Both within you or around you, right? Resilience and strength, yeah. Once you are able to adapt and change, your resilience and strength skyrocket. Change is not to be feared. But again, this society wants... The only way that they want you to change is to, consume more or different things, right? That's the idea of change within capitalism. But I don't know. Whatever you need to change. Whatever you feel like you need to change. Location, job, personality trait, addiction, behavior, a habit, eating pattern. I don't fucking know. Temper. Whatever it is that you don't want to do... Don't do it anymore. Just be open to changing. Wind. Oh. Change is coming. This reminds me of the Lorax. The way they look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of noise over here. If you're still here, I'm proud of you. Alright, we might come back to this deck. I'm going to put it away and we're going to do... Cavern of Secrets. Unveil the hidden wonders within the shadowy depths of the enigmatic secrets and concealed wisdom. That's a lot of words for, hey, you should do shadow work. It's not that scary. And you're going to come out better. Not that there's anything wrong with you in this point, but I think if we don't acknowledge that we have places to grow... again, that's that ego, right? I'm fucking perfect, but I project on everyone and I think they're stupid and you're ugly and oh my god, look at their nose, and I don't know what people talk about. But I remember that I used to be in those conversations to a certain degree. I never really participated. I mean, I did participate in that shit for a little bit, but then I realized my thing has always been to treat others the way I want to be treated. I'm like, I don't want anyone to do this to me. So, I disengaged. That's a change, right? All right. New worlds. There are many more things for you to discover. So don't give up. Oh my god, I would love to live there. I couldn't with Niall, though. He would jump off the cliff. All right. Turn the page, embrace new chapters with curiosity. Openness paves the path to wisdom. Exactly, that's another thing. Don't be judgmental about your process. Be curious, right? Like a child. Once you really accept that change is the only constant, no matter what you go through in life, the constant is going to be change. Once you wrap your head around that idea, regardless of how much resistance your ego may have initially, it is a game changer. It's an absolute game changer. You're going to be living your life a completely different way. And that's even before acknowledging shadow work and daily decolonizing, which, by the way, there's tons of people doing that work, sharing prompts for it, myself included. So once you can grasp change as a concept of you being a part of nature, and it's not being something scary, and it's actually something that you can welcome, that within itself is the way to approach decolonizing and shadow work as well. Acknowledging that you were indoctrinated into a system that wanted you to do one thing for their gain, and understanding that unlearning that stuff and relearning that stuff is a process, and every day you can be met with some new information that may challenge your current belief system. But once you're okay with that, again, as a concept, you're gonna skyrocket, man. Promise. I promise. Once you get to that point, and once you let go of people, because I mean, I've been in this process for a long ass time, but I was still lowering myself to, I was resistant to the idea of changing some of my close relationships, like with my mom. I really wanted my mom to make it. I wanted her to be able to come into consciousness in this lifetime, and I waited and tried to support it for years and years and years. Meanwhile, she was trying to do the opposite to me, right? So I finally let her go, and that was just a few months ago. And I mean, within this 6 months, I've completely shifted and changed in really great ways that I've stepped into this person, this vision of myself, who I see myself as, who I know myself to be true as, but had some changes to make in order to get there, right? And that's no beef with who I used to be, but like, even watching back some of my YouTube videos, I like cringe because I was not fully myself yet. And it's a process, right? But I'm just letting you know, once you're open to changing, it is going to also affect your relationships, right? Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Exactly. Like I just said too, it's not, you can only do so much for others before you have to, do it for yourself. And that was a really hard lesson for me. I really like helping people, but help and enabling are two different things, right? And then like blatant abuse, like emotional manipulation is another, right? Friendship, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Even within those things, even if we do let people go, even if we do grow beyond people that are currently in our lives, understand and represent that, understand that it doesn't make it less special. When I was trying to leave my marriage, one of my friends told me, because I was so resistant to that change. And I was so angry at him for not, again, evolving the way that I was as well. Right? And I was like, you know what? My friend said, they're like, it doesn't mean, just because you're like separating, doesn't mean that the time that you had together wasn't special, wasn't purposeful, wasn't meaningful. But it also doesn't mean that you should stay there when you know that you're meant for something different, And that's only you can make that decision for yourself, right? Only you can make that decision for yourself. No one else can. Balance. Oh God, this coconut oil is tweaking me out. Okay, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Okay, so that's judgment again coming out. So let's talk about that a little bit more. We don't need to judge our process. We don't need to judge others' processes. We can understand it. We can analyze it to a degree of understanding. There's no need to do it anymore because, again, your path is your path. That doesn't mean that you need to drag everybody with you or try. Don't you dare. Don't you dare, Mr. Hootie. Mr. Hootie. You are so rude. I am doing a reading here, Fern. You can go right there. That's the only spot available. Sit your booty. Thank you. Move your tail out of the way. Okay. Mr. Hootie's here. Kindness. Every time you help someone to rise, you go higher. No act of kindness goes unseen. I'm listening to Angels and Airwaves, by the way. I'm raising a Blink-182 fan. I love that for us. All right, foresight. Believe in yourself, but bring your umbrella. Be prepared for rain or shine. Oh, God, my body hurts. Risks. Until you try, you don't know how far you can go. Taking calculated risks yields your rewards and confidence. Exactly. You could replace the word risk with change, right? And you can change anything, But I'm talking about internal work more than like, let's get bangs, right? That's fine too. Do whatever you're going to do to be confident, within your body. I think that's a huge part of also coming back into you. The inner child healing is like remembering the little things that made you happy when you were a kid, right? Like stickers or whatever, markers, I don't know. But as an adult or as a person who's older than that child now, you're able to make those decisions, and you can, you know, use your money to do those things and find them at reasonable prices. Anyway, I don't know why I'm being a spokesperson for Crayola right now. Okay. Anyway, anything else? I think when we all okay, calm down. When we all recognize that the world right now needs change, we get to be that change, right? Be the change you wish to see in the world. Be the change, right? If we want some revolution, if we want freedom, if we want our kids to stop being murdered, if we want our basic human rights to remain intact, we need to be able to change ourselves so that we, as the people within these systems, can change those as well. It starts with you. Said it before, I'll say it again. Listen to Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. And let's pull a quick affirmation. Ideas are like the stars, we never reach them, but like mariners, we chart our course by them. I don't know what that means. Oh, people like pirates? Mariners? Mariner? I'm probably saying that wrong. And I do not have to prove myself to anyone. Alright? No, you motherfucking don't. People are gonna talk shit about you regardless. No matter what. People are gonna be talking shit. First of all, it's none of your business. Second of all, give them something to talk about. Third of all, at least stand strong and tall in who you are. Being misunderstood is a compliment when you are here doing things differently. You know, it's just part of the game. Alright, y'all. I hope this helped. Don't be afraid of it. Really embrace it. I feel like that's a song. If it's not, go ahead, take it. You can use it in a song. Have a good one.